Hi guys, I'm back and I'm going to be showing you how to make this snickerdoodle cake in a cup. So this one you will only need to use your microwave, so you could probably do it with a little bit of parent supervision. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need sugar, cinnamon, vanilla extract. I have imitation vanilla extract, baking powder, flour, butter, and milk, which is not out yet. Here's all the ingredients you're going to need to make this recipe for a snickerdoodle mug cake. I would encourage you to pause the video and either write this down or take a picture of it so you can view it while you are making your cake. So first you're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. It is measured right on the packaging there for you. So you just would take 2 of these little sections. So you're going to cut that. And you're going to put it in your mug. And then you're going to take it on over to your microwave. Mine is over here. And you're going to put it in until it melts. I would put it in there for around 15 to 30 seconds depending on your microwave. And if you hear a popping sound, take it out and stir it and then turn it back on until it's fully melted. So we're going to put it in there and we're going to wait. Okay, and now when it's done, you're going to take it out. It took about 40-ish seconds. It's in there and it did start popping, so I took it out and started it back up again. You're going to take this on over and you're just going to put it over here while we do the other stuff because it needs to cool a little bit. We don't want to put the dry ingredients in there while it's hot or it'll get like lumpy. Okay, now we're going to start mixing the dry ingredients. We're going to take a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So you're going to get this one that says 1/4 cup. And any kind of flour you have at home, if it says flour, you can make it. It'll turn out fine. So flour, and then sugar. We need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let me get that tablespoon. 1 tablespoon, the one that says 1 Tbsp. That's very important because you don't want to get a teaspoon because that's not going to be enough sugar and it's going to taste not like cake. All right, there's 1. Two. Now you're going to get 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. So you're going to get the 1 that says 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4 Tbsp. There should not be a B in there. So it's just going to be a little bit. So I didn't have a 1/4 because I lost it somewhere. So I had a 1/2 teaspoon, so I just filled that halfway up. So just a little bit. I mean, it looks like a lot because it's darker, but it is 1/4. We're going to do the same 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So you're going to do this exact same thing with this baking powder. It says baking powder, not baking soda, because it will not turn out right. It has to be this kind of like baking powder because they are different things. Let me see. Okay. Let me get, again, it's going to be just a little bit. And then 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you're gonna get 1/2 teaspoon of this. I don't have real vanilla because real vanilla is kind of expensive, so I have imitation, and that's fine. It's just for flavor. We don't want a ton because this mug cake is only supposed to serve like 2 people. So it's not going to be a big cake. It's going to fit in that cup. Go ahead and you're going to mix this up. I'm just going to mix it with a fork. I don't know what you guys have, but I'm pretty sure you will have a fork. I mean, I have whisks, but I honestly prefer just to mix a lot of things with a fork. You're just gonna want to mix it in there so everything gets incorporated and it's like looks as much the same. It should be like this light brown. Okay, now next you are going to add your butter and milk. So we have our butter over here. It's cooled down. It's not like super hot anymore, so we're gonna put it in there. Butter. And then milk. We need 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup. It's gonna be 1/4 cup. And I just rinsed it off because I had it in the flour. It doesn't really matter because it's all been on the same cake. I'm just using skim milk because that's what I have in my house. If you have a different kind of milk, any milk will work. It's just, this is what we put on our cereal, so that's what I'm going to put in here. If you're allergic to milk, then you could put in maybe some almond milk or some soy milk, or I mean whatever you would use instead of milk could be put in there if you are allergic to milk. And then we are going to mix that up. And it should be turning into a batter. All right, so the cake portion is ready to go. And this is optional, but if you want to, you can. You can take 2 tablespoons of sugar and another 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you can mix those together to create a cinnamon sugar mix to put on the top and in the middle of your cake. I'm going to because I really like cinnamon, so I'm going to put it. If you don't like cinnamon, then you can just not. If you don't like cinnamon at all or cinnamon sugar at all, then you can go ahead and just not put in any cinnamon. You can use everything else that's on this list, and you can put a different topping on there. I know some people put peanut butter on there, chocolate chips. I mean, you can really put whatever you want into just the basic ingredients for this, so that you could have a different flavor if you want. Put some. I'm just going to sprinkle it. Whoa, that's kind of a lot, but let's see. No, it's good. A lot of cooking in the kitchen is just practice and a lot of trial and error. When I was younger, I spent a lot of time cooking with my mom and my grandma, and so I messed up a lot of recipes, and actually messing up a lot of those recipes taught me how to cook, because I learned how to not mess up those recipes. Alright, that's good. Smells good. Let's see, we're going to take a 14-ounce cup or bigger. So if you only have smaller cups, you're going to want to divide this batter in half and put it into 2, because when it bakes in the microwave, it's going to get bigger and you don't want it to overflow in the microwave. So we're going to take, says to take a couple spoonfuls of this, and then you're going to layer some of the cinnamon sugar, and it's going to kind of create like a crumble, a coffee crumble. If you've ever had coffee cake, which probably you haven't because you're kids, or maybe you have because your mom makes it, but it's just like this cake that has a cinnamon sugar cake. It has like this crumbly streusel on top, and that's what we're going to do in the middle. So we're just going to put a tiny bit in there, like that. So in the middle, it'll have some like crumblies in there. Now we're gonna, all right, once you have it all in there, it will look sort of like that. I'm going to put a little more cinnamon sugar on top, like this. And then you're gonna take it to your microwave, and everyone's microwave is different. So you're going to wanna check on it. So it says to put it in here for a minute to a minute and a half. So we're gonna start with the lowest time. So 1 minute, we're gonna start there. And after 1 minute, we're gonna check on it and see if it's starting to look like cake or if it needs more time. You don't wanna pull it out too soon because then you're gonna be eating batter, and that's gross. We're just gonna want to cook it all the way through and then check it. So this is the first check. It's starting to turn into cake. You see how it is starting to form into something? But it is not ready because it looks very wet, and we do not want a wet cake. So I'm going to put it in there for another 30 seconds, and then I'm going to check on it. Let's put it on in there. "30 seconds. And then we're going to wait, and we're going to check on it again. We're going to check on it again. It's been another 30 seconds. My microwave is a little bit slow, so we're going to put it in there for another 30 seconds and check it. Also, while that was in the microwave, I went ahead and cleared off my counters and wiped them down so that they are disinfected. That's what you're going to want to do, is you're going to want to go ahead and clean while you're cooking so you don't have to do it later. Alright, so we're going to take it out. It should be done now. It's been about 2 minutes. Yep. It looks pretty good. To check it, I'm just going to kind of poke it and make sure it's not mushy at the bottom. And no, it feels like very like cakey at the bottom. It's not like very wet. So we're going to, and like the sides aren't sticking anymore. Like that. We're not going to pull it out because we're just going to eat it in there, but we're going to check it out. Okay. Alright guys, well that is it. This is the finished product. It is a cake. And the streusel on top did get hard and crumbly. Let me see. Yeah, it definitely tastes like a coffee cake or like a snickerdoodle cookie, if you ever had that. And it is super good. Yeah, it is enough for probably about 1 or 2 people. I probably wouldn't eat this whole thing, so I'm probably going to share it with my daughter. All right, well that's it. You can go ahead and try this at home and maybe try some of the variations of putting different stuff in it. Maybe some peanut butter, maybe some chocolate chips, maybe some other different kinds of random candy you have lying around. Maybe you're going to put in there some fruit spreads or something different. Try something else to make this cake into a cake that you would like to eat. All right. Thanks for baking with me, and I will see you guys next time.